some sound over here.
You are a part of the Ace and TJ radio family.
Go.
This is launch control.
Let's synchronize, shall we?
Ace, TJ, Riggins, Alexis, Tech D-Rob.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Let's go!
Live from the Calitrin Studios, this is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Girl, don't you dare come in here starting any excrement.
I know you're not talking to me.
Yeah,
happened? Did
you're
she
the
say
only
something?
girl up in here
I don't know about that.
throwing daggers at
Some of y'all
everybody.
be acting like girls sometimes.
Ooh, Rob, she said you be acting like a girl. See what I mean? She's already talking,
No, you started.
talking
You
excrement.
started with me. Don't come for me.
You come for me,
Don't come for me.
I will cut you.
I love that when somebody says, some of y'all, somebody else just points out who it is immediately. Ooh, Rob.
Because I know she ain't talking about me.
Talk about me. You, Rob.
Damn.
Why you come in all looking all huffy today?
Frazzles.
Because you're too old to drive in the dark.
I
now?
hate it. Y'all, every time I'm coming up here, I'm like, I can't.
But maybe to have your eyes checked.
No, I think maybe
I can
she needs
see
new
everything.
headlights or something.
I think I might need new headlights. And I need a new windshield I should have replaced like years ago.
Why?
Is it cracked up?
It's cracked.
Oh.
Yeah.
How bad?
Pretty bad.
How do you pass inspection with that? Ruh-roh.
It passed my inspection though.
Well, I want to know where that
How do you
place
pass
is.
inspection? I dress real cute when I go to get inspected.
Where I get my inspection now, they done got all snippy,
Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
all particular.
I'm gonna point over
No,
here.
I don't
Oh,
go there anymore because, and I went there for years.
Yeah.
But then that guy got on my bad side.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I go to a different place now that's closer to my house, and they're even more quote unquote reputable.
Look, I will never forget, and I know a lot of it is the time in which I grew up and where I grew up, because I did stuff like I drove a car on a car trailer to a guy one time. My dad told me, take the car over there and get it what do you call it? Inspected. And I pulled up, and the guy walked out, and he goes, "You Tony, son?" And I said, "Yeah," because he told me you were coming, and he put an inspection sticker in it. It's sitting on a car trailer, doesn't even run, and I just drove off. But anyway, the first time I went here, they said, "Oh, you need one of your tires is bad. You're gonna need new tires to get inspected." I said, "What do you mean? I need new tires
yeah.
to get inspected?" He goes,
Yeah.
"Yeah, you got a bad tire. You got a tread on a tire is bad." I'm sorry, you're telling me you're not gonna inspect my car?
I know, and it just so happens we sell tires.
Yeah. Oh, no.
It's a setup.
Yeah, but Ace, I think maybe I heard that our home state of Louisiana has given up, and you don't even have to get an inspection anymore.
I was like South Carolina. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Don't inspect
I
my
do
car. Just
too.
let me drive.
Yeah. There you go.
South Carolina's a free state, my
Exactly.
people.
That's what I've meant all these years when I'm saying that South Carolina is a more free state than North Carolina.
I wouldn't be opposed to moving this operation.
Oh yeah.
And
Fort Mill
Let's
or
do
something.
it, guys. Come on.
I see cars, multiple cars a day that I know can't pass inspection.
Right. I saw a car the other day that was missing like the front and the back, and it was still on the road. I'm like, how are you driving? It's not even a car.
Does Florida have inspection?
Yeah, I bet they do because
Okay.
they don't have state income taxes, so it's probably a revenue
All right, because anyway,
generator for 'em.
I showed you that picture that time a while back that I was in Florida, and people were driving, and they just had no door. There was no passenger side door on the car. They were just driving down the
Well, a
road.
Jeep has no doors, and they can drive.
But when I
Good point.
when I live in Florida one day, living out my dream, I'll gladly have to go buy tires if I need to for inspection there.
Florida does not have inspection.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
look at that.
there you go. Even more reason I'm ready to. We act like we're driving cars that are just clunking and falling apart and everything. Like, we don't need to get inspection. That's what's bad about it. We got decent cars and they're still flunking the inspections on them.
Well,
It's
speak
a
for
racket.
yourself. Mine's
I
breaking
think it's a
apart. Mine is making squeakers in
Oh
this.
yeah, I wasn't talking.
Yeah.
When I said we, I wasn't. I meant Ace and me.
It's not the news, it's more important. Now trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ show.
So yesterday afternoon, it was all about one person, Nick Saban, calling it a career as a coach. 72-year-old, best college football coach ever.
I just can't. I can't. I never thought we would see the day where Nick Saban is a quitter.
I mean, the numbers are astronomical.
Oh.
He's got an 825, I think, winning percentage at Alabama. He's a 7-time national champion. 6 at Alabama, 1 at LSU. I was told yesterday by someone who, I don't know if they're in the know or not, but apparently the rumor had been going around that he was going to retire because he cashed out. They said he cashed out some stuff and bought a $10 million home on the beach in Florida. And that was kind of the sign that people in Alabama have been, within the community, so to speak, have been preparing that, all right, he's about done here.
Well,
So this didn't catch the school completely off guard, that he's really handled things in a really good way because he wants to set them up going forward.
but I thought about yesterday. I just took a moment and I thought, now there he is. He and Miss Terry, right? That's his wife's name, Miss Terry. They are still young and have good health. They're both healthy and active and all of this stuff. And now he has the rest of his life just to do whatever he wants to do with more money probably than his great-great-grandchildren could ever spend. And the thing about it is that he deserves every penny of it.
Absolutely.
Because when you retire and you look and you say, I am the best that has ever done this in the history of my field, then there's nothing to hold you back in retirement. I mean, it's unbelievable what he's accomplished.
Yeah.
And I just wish he would have done it for a different school. Like LSU. I wish he would have stayed at LSU.
He was a coach in the NFL for a little bit, wasn't
2
he?
years.
Yeah, but he was a head coach for 2 years, but he also was a defensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns at one time when Bill Belichick it was his first head coaching job in the NFL.
Yeah. He went 15-17 as the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, and he left the NFL because he wanted Drew Brees to be his quarterback when Drew Brees hit the market. And the doctor with the Dolphins wouldn't clear Drew Brees because of a shoulder injury. And Saban said, I knew right then I'm not going to like this, because they ended up not getting him. Drew Brees goes on to win a Super Bowl and have a Hall of Fame career with the New Orleans Saints. And he said he knew then that doesn't work for me.
It's like the car inspection thing.
Yeah.
It's like, this is fine. I'm fine. Yeah, I got a bum shoulder.
Yeah, whatever you want to say. He had a great line yesterday. I thought this was great. He said, quote, "The goal was always to help players create more value for their future." And he went on to talk about it was about being the best player, but also about being more successful in life and changing your family's lives along the way, which I thought was fantastic.
Yeah. Governor Ron DeSantis and South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley went head-to-head in the Iowa debates. I don't know if that was must-see TV, but people were talking about it this morning. Trump himself did his own town hall and teased a vice presidential pick to kind of get the media talking. So we'll see how that all pans out today.
Because Trump's still scared to go head-to-head with DeSantis. No matter what his poll numbers say and all of that, he's terrified to stand face-to-face on stage and debate Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this year plays out with that stuff.
And if Ron DeSantis weren't in the race at this point, if he had already dropped out, I think Trump would be in these debates.
Yeah.
Because he could waste the rest of them.
Yeah. Today is National Milk Day. National Milk Day. No, thank you. The United States and Australia export more milk and milk products than any other country. Now, I have seen a lot of people selling raw milk, especially at farmers markets. They got this big sticker on it that says not for human consumption. And I said, well, what do you do with that milk? Well, it turns out that people are consuming it, but you have to put that sticker on there
It's
for
liability.
So why do you drink raw milk over a pasteurized milk? What's their thought?
I don't know. Maybe it's
everywhere.
sweeter or something. Because there were some old country people where I grew up in Winfield, Louisiana, that would have raw milk in their refrigerator and brag about it. Like, oh, you want some milk? And we got some raw milk in there.
Man, you would think it's like the nectar of the gods, the way people talk about raw milk. But I don't know, something about that seems super scary.
Yeah, those people hated Louis Pasteur.
Is that right? They were just like, that guy.
Coming and messing it up for everybody.
He's going to get it. And then yesterday afternoon also was another big story. Pat McAfee's show, Aaron Rodgers no longer a guest for the rest of the season. Pat McAfee was like, I think this is good news. Like, he is so over this drama between Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Kimmel. He did not hold any punches. He was like, I think it's a good thing. I'm tired of seeing Aaron Rodgers in my mentions. Kind of a quick turnaround.
Yeah, because he's scared.
Pat
McAfee's a little punk.
I wouldn't be surprised if the executives from NBC or from ABC and ESPN sat Pat McAfee down and said, like, listen, we will ruin you. Like, you don't understand
I know
what you're up against.
We're paying you $85 million, and you have creative control, but we're going to make this bad for you.
We're not going to fire you. We're going to like ruin your family for generations. Like, that's the kind of people I see running these huge networks. They're like, listen, this is not the problem you want. So, interesting story out of that yesterday. But those
Fox Sports should come along and buy Pat McAfee's show, and then see if he changes. See, that's what happens. You get a little competition going. Maybe those liberal, Marxist-leaning executives at ESPN and ABC back down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's what Aaron Rodgers was their enemy to begin with, because he was anti-vax, not anti-vax. He was anti-COVID vaccine and spoke out against that. And so then they automatically have to turn on him.
Yeah.
No matter what.
This was a heavy sports influenced edition of Now Trending. But if you're interested in one more sports story, Stephen A. Smith, Jason Whitlock, that feud's still going, and it's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing internet content.
Now they're calling each other Fat B and well, they're using a lot of cuss words. It's great.
It is. It's fun to watch on
I
the
don't really
internet.
even understand what it's about. I just like to see clips.
It's great. So
Yeah, go Jason.
Yeah.
I'm Team Jason.
Those are just a few things that are now trending.
You know, a lot of times, well, everybody does it. You've got a tourism commission, and they put out ads to target people to come to their area. You know, visit Myrtle Beach, visit NC, visit Florida, that kind of thing. Well, there is a town that has put together a travel ad. A travel ad that they've sent out to aliens. Wait until you hear what this town is. And if you've been upset about tipping situations in the past, there's a viral video that's going to send you through the roof. Next.
It's a radio show, it's a podcast, and it's a TV show. Watch the Ace and TJ show anytime. Just search for Ace TJ TV on YouTube. More of the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show is coming up.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Hi, I'm Thomas Davis, and let me tell you why I'm a proud member of Team Neogenics.
If your nagging pain is keeping you from being active, do something about it. Join the long list of pros and average Joes who have found relief with our stem cell and regenerative therapies.
After trying out the others, I decided to try Neogenics. My knees and shoulders haven't felt this good since my college days. If you want to get back in the game, do what I did. Visit Neogenics, where all you have to lose is pain.
It's more than just a great room that makes the Hyatt-centric South Park Charlotte such a special hotel. It's the great restaurants, the great bar, the great meeting rooms, and a superior location. Make reservations and get details at acetj.com/Hyatt.
When it's time for you to upgrade any of the furniture in your house, the first thing you need to do is check out Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture. You're going to love the people that run Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture. Go to acetj.com/mattress and find them.
From the Calitrin Studios, Calitrin is the safe and effective way to lose weight. Find out more about Calitrin at acetj.com/weight loss. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
I got a text message 2 nights ago from my college buddy. He's like part of my family, but he said, hey, about to make what's he making? Chicken tacos. And he had in his hand, he was sent me a picture of the Ace and TJ Mucho Mexico taco sauce. He said his significant other and his son bought him the 5-pack of our hot sauces for Christmas. And he said he loves them. And he's a much like TJ, he's a connoisseur of sauce. But said the Mucho Mexico sauce is puts on all his tacos now. So, acetj.com/store if you want to check out all the stuff that's in our store. But that's a hot product, all of the Ace and TJ hot sauces that are there.
Yeah, I find myself changing which one is my favorite every time I use one of them. You know, well, I think this is so good on this. This may be my new favorite. This may be.
On me, I felt like
I just, rotate.
Are the crew necks back in stock? Are they still in stock in the store?
Yeah.
Okay, so crew necks, hoodies, hats, all kinds of stuff for there. So acetj.com/store. It seems like tipping has become such a controversial thing lately, and this is not going to help anybody's case. This is going viral. There's a DoorDasher who returned to the home of someone for whom she was delivering McDonald's. She returned because she was a little embarrassed. Check this out.
Hello.
Ignore it. You keep that.
Why?
Because I didn't see a tip on the app and I put a little card in there. So please keep that. I'm sorry.
No, I just had cash. Please take
It's okay. It's okay because it's okay. Thank you.
Have a good night.
So the DoorDasher left a nasty note in the McDonald's bag for the person because she didn't see a tip. Well, turned out they had tipped her in cash. They left a cash tip. So she had to go back and say, "Hey, I'm sorry. There's a nasty note." In
No,
there.
it was when she was delivering the food. It was in the bag, and it had just said
the note was in the bag.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I mean.
But she didn't have to go back or anything. It was like when she was actually handing over the food, and she was like, "Ignore the note in there," and as she saw the money coming over. So, but the note itself was kind of snippy. It was like, "I didn't do anything to your food," but
yeah, the note said, "Lucky for you, I didn't bother the food, but next time consider tipping your driver."
Yes.
Oh God. Come on. When I was working in restaurants, we were taught never to mention tipping at all to the guests in any way, shape, or form. Do you ever allude to tipping?
And
yeah, because it's crude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's uncouth.
And you should tip the driver. There's no, I'm not even disputing that point. The one I find weird is when they stick the thing out the window at the drive-thru and say, hit one of the buttons, please. And you either have to hit no tip, $1, $5, whatever the case might be. So, and then this is kind of weird. Lexington, Kentucky has put together a team of scientists to send a tourism ad towards a nearby star to convince aliens to visit their city. TRAPPIST-1 was sent information about earthly molecules, number systems, and Lexington-based things like horses and blues music. These are the scientists trying to explain what they're doing here and why.
This is the first time that we as a species have ever sent out a travel ad inviting aliens to come visit.
We're targeting the TRAPPIST-1 system because we might actually get an answer in somebody's lifetime if there's somebody there watching. But the reason scientists have been interested in it lately is because of the large number of planets that it has and what it's considered to be the habitable zone.
I think saying, hey,
essentially, I think it's a pretty smart idea to get some
aliens.
Yeah.
Come check out Earth.
Come to Lexington, Kentucky. Come check it out.
Oh God.
We've got the University of Kentucky. Come
I've been
see what's
asking
up.
the aliens to come though. I've been asking. I'm ready.
You haven't manifested that yet?
Not yet, but I'm ready for them.
Well, you weren't here yesterday, Alexis, but Riggins admitted to us that he has fallen in love yesterday. He's fallen in love with someone he doesn't even know. And it turns out he is in no way, shape, or form the only person. And I think, in reading through the comments, this took a weird turn for Riggins. Coming up next. Hang on.
Live on your radio and anytime you want on the Ace and TJ family app or wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
When it comes to buying or selling a house, there are all kinds of people that can help you do that, but not like the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. They are so much more than just real estate salespeople. Find out by going to acetj.com/Temple team. If you want all of the heating, air, and electrical work in your house done by the very best, then you need Bradham Brothers. They've been a family business thriving for over 50 years, and that means they're doing something right. Go to BradhamBrothers.com.
Today, every company is a technology company, but becoming a fully enabled digital workplace is not easy. That's why you have CompuCom to guide you, a proven leader in managed IT services. They'll do more than just get you ready for today. They'll get you ready for tomorrow. Go to CompuCom.com for details.
Share Funny is now a little bit extra. Don't miss the Extra Funny podcast, live every weekday on the Ace and TJ Family app or anytime wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Riggins is in love with a lady he doesn't even know. If you missed this yesterday, Chewy is the company, right?
Yeah.
Riggins had called their customer service line for whatever reason and received, or no, wait, they called you.
Yeah, they ended up calling me.
Okay, and explain why you love this person.
She's got the greatest voice, like super cute voice, and she was helping me find a replacement product for something I ordered, and she's guiding me through. She's like, well, we got this option, and then she says, oh my gosh, Riley is so cute, because I have his picture uploaded to my profile. And I was like, she's saying all the right things. Like, she's saying my dog's cute, she's got a cute voice, and she's helping me. Acts of service.
Your love language.
Oh my God, I love this girl. But I didn't want to ask her name because last time I asked for somebody's name at that company, they were like, don't worry about it. I guess creeps, you don't know if I'm like a creep or not.
That makes sense. They
Yeah.
wouldn't give out their names.
Yeah, because they had previously given me a hand-painted portrait of my dog, and I asked for the name of the artist. They said, don't worry, we'll let them know that you're thankful. It's just something we do.
So somebody messaged us yesterday and said, you're in luck, Riggins, because most of them are right here in good old Salisbury, North Carolina.
And that's in your hometown, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that
that's a warehouse, like a shipping facility. Maybe they do have
customer service
there. I don't know.
How crazy would that be?
But it's an interesting scenario, and I think a lot of people fall into that case where you quote unquote you fall in love, so to speak, with someone. You don't know that person. Someone you see. Years ago, there was a Diet Coke ad that the guy became he had his 15 minutes of fame because he worked outside and he would take his shirt off and have a Diet Coke, and all these women that worked at an office, every time he went to take his shirt off, he worked a construction job across the street in the commercial, they would all flock to the window and talk about him, and and they were all like, oh, we love this guy so much.
Acting like a bunch of darned old
But who is someone that you quote unquote love, but you don't even know? You've never met them. Like, there's a lady that said, I did that years ago when I worked at a family business. One of our investors would call in, and his voice was so sexy. I would just imagine how handsome he was, and I would get giddy when I knew I was going to talk to him on the phone. When I was told he was coming into the office one day, I was so excited until he walked in, and then I was so disappointed.
Yeah, I bet that happens a lot.
But I mean, in the build-up, for a long time, he was just a guy she spoke to on the phone, and she got excited knowing I'm going to talk to that guy today.
Yeah, and I think this happens more to women than it does to guys.
What, falling in love with somebody you don't know?
Yeah, with a stranger.
Yeah. Somebody said, I hope he gets to meet her, and they fall madly in love.
I do too.
A lot of people said you should contact them and try to find it. People want to follow up on this. They want to know who this person is.
That would be the cutest love story ever.
When I was telling her, I was like, my face was getting red. I was like blushing.
Oh my
so
God.
cute.
But what if she ugly?
I mean, I guess there's that chance, but
big chance.
And there are several people that say Chewy reps are all fantastic.
They're amazing.
People are raving about them on our social media, but who is it that is
nice to be hot?
Who is it that is in your life that you're in love with? You love this person, but you don't know them. How do you know them? How are you aware of them? Like for Riggins, she's a customer service rep for an animal products company. He's spoken to her on the phone one time, but he loves her. Yeah. And he looks forward to talking to her again. And desperately would love to know who she is. But there's one answer that keeps popping up for a show member that I find most interesting. So give us yours at the Ace TJ Show. We'll get to all this next.
It's radio. It's a podcast. It's the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show. More next.
When it comes to your money and things like a cash out refi, you hear a lot of stuff these days. Information is flying around, but here's the bottom line. You want someone you can trust. Well, here is someone that we trust. Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Companies. We worked with Richard for years, and you know all the ins and outs, and more importantly, you give everybody options.
That's right. We have a lot of options. You know, this one lady, we just refinanced her house, paid off all of her credit card debts. She even paid her car off. She's saving $1,000 a month. So that really changes her life and her, her financial well-being.
Yeah.
And she didn't have to make a house payment until 2024. So, I mean, there's not a better time to do it is when you need the extra money every month.
They call it cash out, is what we call it in the business.
Cash out.
Cash out.
That's right. Cash out.
So it's one free 5-minute phone call right now, 704-800-4719, 704-800-4719, or go to homewithrichard.com. Do it today. You'll be so glad you did. The Richard Toccato Companies.
Meal delivery services are a big thing right now, but Table and Twine is your local meal delivery service. The meals are fresh, not frozen like national chains. Plus, their meals start at just $7.99 a serving. Take back that time in your day, leave the shopping, preparation, and cooking to Table and Twine. Get details at tableandtwine.com. That's tableandtwine.com.
Join the Stowe Family YMCA for the 2023 Fall Festival Family Game Night. It's a nostalgic night where board games come to life, featuring trunk or treat, arts and crafts, a bounce house, and more. It's Friday, October 27th, 5 to 7 p.m. at the Stowe Family YMCA. Get more information at gastonymca.org.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
You are in love, madly in love with someone, and you don't even know who they are. Have you ever had this happen, Alexis? It seems like this would be the type of thing that you would, in the restaurant business, maybe somebody that comes in all the time that you know, kind of like, oh, God, I love this guy when he comes in so much.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a few.
Yeah. But here's the number one answer. And all of the answers, and a surprising number of answers on our social media. It's way more than I expected. Riggins, you are the number one answer. There are like 5 different women on our social media that have said, oh, I've been in love with Riggins for years.
Really?
I have a crush on Riggins. I think it's his voice, just so pleasant sounding.
But alas.
And then Chastity says, oh, Amy, he's super nice and very sweet in person.
Oh, okay.
Another lady said it's been Riggins for years that she follows you on social media. And that's because she's had such a crush on you for years.
It's been Riggins forever, and it'll always be Riggins.
It's always been you.
They're fiending for the rigs. I
Can
like
you
that.
blame them? You just spit everywhere as I said that.
But it was a sexy spit. Right?
Yeah.
It was a sexy spit. But a lot of these are like this lady named Sabrina, who said the guy who owns the HVAC company for our building, he is so hot, and his son is even hotter. I'm going to assume that's an adult son. Rachel said, there's a guy that works at my local gas station that is so hot. I go there all the time for that reason. Then she adds also, I'm rooting for Riggins and the Chewy girl now.
Yeah, me too.
Everybody is. Brandy said, call Chewy back. They probably have a log who took your calls, and they'll give you the name. No, they shouldn't. They should not be doing that. They're not going to do that.
I don't think they would.
But maybe they can give your information to her, and she can choose to call you.
Well, she's got his information.
Right. But she doesn't know that he has a crush on her.
Here's a great example of what we're talking about. Joanna says, I worked as a hostess at a restaurant in South Florida, so I answered the phone and transferred calls. Once a week, I got a call for the chef. It was Adam from the Cuban Bread Company asking for our order. There was something so sexy about his voice. I was so giddy when he called, and I seriously look forward to the day that he called every week. There was definitely a flirtation over the phone between me and Adam. I totally had a crush on this guy. I've never met him. Everyone at work knew that I was crushing on Adam from the Cuban Bread Company and teased me about it. I still wonder what he looked like.
I'm trying to find out.
What you look like, Adam?
Yeah, I wonder how long ago that was. We're doing about the investor already. There are a lot of these that are delivery people.
I used to have a beer rep that would come into the restaurant, and I remember having the biggest crush on him when I first started managing restaurants. But I was like, that's not professional. I can't ask him for his number.
What? Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's not really.
I felt like I had just started managing, so I was just trying to, be
That makes sense because you're the manager.
Professional.
Yeah, can I hit on him? I don't know, but he was hot. beer ups for the most part are pretty hot.
And this is an interesting one. Pamela, it's not really a crush. She's not in love with the person, but she's got a bestie. I work for a mental health facility. We coordinate patient care with other facilities. Through doing this, I became close to one of the other girls at a different facility. I've never seen this woman a day in my life, but that is my best friend. You mess with her, you mess with me. Homegirls for life. And again, it's fascinating. You've never Yep, he's mine. He just doesn't know he's my boyfriend. She said he was looking for a nanny for his little girl. I didn't take the job, but we are now friends on social media. He travels up and down the coast with his daughter on a boat. They have such a fun lifestyle. I'd be a little crushed if he ever posted he was in a relationship, but he's secretly mine. He went viral when he pulled a kayaker out of the ocean at 4 a.m. Guy lost his kayak and had been floating for miles off the coast. He saved his life for sure. My boyfriend saved someone's life. If you're Traveler Tom, if you're reading this, you're mine, boo.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's that kind of stuff is way more accepted in society from women than men. If a guy says those same things, he would be getting a knock on the door from the stalker police.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a valid point. Yeah.
That's why I can't make that phone call.
Get Alexis to do it for you.
Yeah, maybe I will.
My friend has such a crush on you.
I totally do it. I'm the best wing woman.
Yeah, maybe you could call him and say, like, hey, my friend called. Here's his transaction
I'd
number
be
or
like,
whatever.
girl, let me talk to you about this guy real quick.
We'll see what happens.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
There is one man that is trending this morning above everyone else. Who is it and why? Coming up in Now Trending.
Live in the morning and anytime you want it on the Ace and TJ family app. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show. More next.